Boys, I've actually found the greatest stat of the entire weekend. I was just looking through before the players who've scored the most points this week. Out of the top 20, 11 of the 20, their first name starts with J.
Okay.
Joe Chan, Jordan Ricky, Jackson Ford, Jackson Purdue, Jaden Seward, Jerome Hughes, Jai Gray, Jaden Campbell, Jermaine Asako, Jake Averillo, Jake Clifford. All of the top 20 scores this week all start with the letter J.
How did we miss this?
Isn't that amazing?
How did we miss it?
So the lesson was, if you make any trades next week, make sure your players starts with a letter
M. Hello and welcome back to the SC Blueprint podcast. How you guys going? Are you guys happy to be here?
Yeah, mate.
I'm very happy to be here. How about yourself?
It's good for you guys. Well, I've just gone 3 strikes and you're out with the Centrelink hat, so I'm just going to grab that one early and chuck it on my head. So
He's double hatting.
I came last out of the boys again this week, so thought I was on for a solid one, and then the Walker brothers happened, who aren't really brothers.
Well, I'm more than happy to take the Krispy Kreme hat for 2 weeks in a row.
Well done, Ben. Well done,
Another
Ben.
great week. Very
Good work,
happy.
mate. The Walker brothers.
The Joe Chan effect happened for me, fortunately.
Yeah, Joe Chan, fair enough. Do you want to start with Ben? Give us a wrap of your week.
Yeah, lads, I'm more than happy to start off. Look, 12.91 for me. Pre-updates, obviously, but look, I'm very happy with that. I think in a week where there was no outrageous games where, you know, you had 4 or 5 people going over 100 from one team, I'm really content with 12.91, especially seeing as I captained Cleary and he only got 69. So, yeah, look, I got a bit of lucky. Not lucky, but made some good options in who I reserved this week. But yeah, so obviously standout players for me, obviously, as I mentioned before, Joe Chan. I held Yo over Carrigan and he ended up punching out 86, which was awesome. Sewer with a 79, and then obviously the man, the myth, the legend, Jackson Purdue, 119 to save the week, which was just lovely. I was a little bit worried looking at the last game. I was measuring up against some other people in our SC Blueprint League, and I was thinking like, going to need some hype here. But having 6 people in the last game of the week really came in clutch, especially when it's 2 of the worst defensive teams I've ever seen in my life up against 2 strong attacks. So can't complain too much. Yeah, look, got a little bit unlucky. Had a little incident with Stephen Crichton not playing. I don't really know how that happened because I triple checked, but meant I had to play Fairmani, who got 32, and then my other bad player of the week, I guess, is just played Chester, thinking he might do it right, and 35, and then got Simbin, so down to 27. But overall, pretty happy with my week myself. Dan, how about yourself?
Yeah, pretty good for me. I got 12.33. So just rock solid. I reckon this will be a green week. I'm pretty sure I came last week and thought my score was rock solid and then had a red. So hopefully I'm right this week. It'll be a green. My standout, I guess, more interesting move of the week was bringing in Kaliafe Fine-Fuiaki, who was really good in the end. It's hilarious. Over the weekend, as soon as I brought him in, I saw like a lot of reels pop up from, you know, Supercoach or whatever being like, oh, Fine-Fuiaki might be a trap. His base from last year was 30 or whatever they were saying. He's a new player this year. He's got over 60 in base power for every single week now. So he's looking wonderful. Captain, oh my days, this was absolutely depressing. So I put the VC on Herbie. 79 at halftime. I'd basically already like done the loop thing. And then he got 6 points in the entire second half and finished on 85. I've honestly never seen anything like it. It was so terrible. It was so depressing. And then I was always shaky about Trell captain, but I did it. And then he could have had a big game and only finished on 69. It was a tough week for the captaincy for your boy. But otherwise, things went pretty well. Also had Purdue do his thing and cook up. Val Holmes did pretty well. I started Dan Atkinson. Honestly, I'm pretty happy with how my double cheapy half strategy's gone. They've both been pretty good and are due for some price rises, which would be nice. The only other big story of the week, I held Toby Couchman, and he was looking extremely good in the first half. He was on 42 after 30 minutes. Gets a little knock, and I was like, okay, Cat 2, 15 minutes, he'll be back in the second half. Cat 1. And that was the end of his afternoon. So he wrapped up on 42, so he's now a certain sell. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with how I'm going overall. I think I've got a lot less fires than other people who might have like Hopgood to get rid of or things like that. So yeah, I'm feeling pretty good.
Yeah. All I'm going to say is you should have listened to Cooper Johns.
Yeah. Cooper foresaw the cat one. He's a wise man, Cooper.
What else he foresaw? The Walker.
Yeah.
Anyway, who didn't have David Fafita for like most of the preseason?
Well, we've got it now. It's all good.
He's on 70. He's been solid, pretty solid, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Has he got a try yet? No, don't think so. Anyway, all right. I got 12.02. Obviously lost out of the blueprint lads for the third time running. So
not a bad week though. Like, let's be honest. It's not a bad week.
It's a solid week. I played Joe Chan, so that helped. Obviously had both the Walker stepbrothers. 29 dropped out of my team, but then it meant I had to take the other Walker, 34. So
oh my days.
Bit rough. I felt like I actually got a lot of the rest of the team right. Harry Grant didn't do well, but everyone really owns him. Bo Fermor yet to do anything. Got 53. Going to lose like 40k or so. So that hasn't turned out how I want it to.
You only lose K if you sell them though.
Yeah, true. But like if he's had good matchups. He's had the Cowboys and the Dolphins, and he hasn't even looked like scoring.
Yeah, you would have wanted more.
And it's just like when you got people like Lukey not scoring, getting 63, Noel Martin going all right, costing 235k, Rama Howe looking good on the other edge.
Yeah.
Like, bro, what?
Yeah.
I thought Brimson was going to send him up to that 88 average that was kind of that. Prophesized, yeah, but it was a bit of a fugazi, if you will.
Rama Howe outscoring Fermor is actually like, that's pretty hectic.
I would note actually on that Brimson ran the ball himself a lot more today than I've seen in previous weeks, which probably isn't ideal. If you're a Bo Fermor owner, that's probably why his score went down a little bit from the last 2 weeks.
Yeah. But which is fine. I'm going to hold Sam Walker. His draw opens right up. The real test will be Manly next week, obviously. If he stinks again, I've got to get rid of him. I might move to like a JC or something. But I've got bigger problems in the other Walker who's going to, obviously has to buy this week, so go up a little cash. But then obviously we'll go and drop money there. So, I don't know, might look to an early Fletcher Sharp play. Bit diabolical.
I like that.
Obviously, he's humming around and was listed this week and then injured again. But or I think just kind of rested, maintained. But, we've talked at length about that PCL injury, and it's just a re-aggravation risk, not really a injury risk, I guess. And it's not a massive long-term one. So if you have to play Pezzett there, you have to. But that'll be the test this week to see if he gets a 17 or 60 odd. Yep. But yeah, the rest of my team was pretty good. Obviously captained. I had no loop options, so whacked it on Reese, but obviously couldn't loop him anyway, but got 69, so not loopable score. But then I obviously captained Trell Mitt for the exact same 69 score. Bit diabolical there. Could have been way more. But still waiting for Trell Mitt to be the player, the averaging 120 player he actually could be.
Well, he was the last 2 weeks, just not when we captained him.
Yeah. Yeah. Selwyn Cobbo finally got a try right on the buzzer, bro. I was doing laps of the apartment I was in, absolutely laps. But yeah, only got 70, so he won't drop any cash. Was going to look to move Herbie to him, but with Chester probably getting a suspension this week, can easily go in one hit because I have 420 in the bank. It might not be quite enough, but I might have to do 2 moves. But I'm probably going to look at doing Chester to Mr. Herbie Farnworth. Yeah. But anyway,
isn't that a horrible feeling when you think you have more money than you do?
It's because when I had Kiraz, I had 500 and a bit, and then obviously I switched it to Reese, which is an extra bit, and he'll whatever. Anyway, that's life. That's it.
Tell you what, mate. Good job you did not go Kiraz.
Yeah.
My days.
That might have been it to lead up right there. Honestly, I've been joking about it for 2 weeks, but man, if that happened to me, I actually don't. I might not have come back. It might be a 2.
The podcast might be down to 2.
Yeah, literally,
it's all right.
Righty.
I might move to China or something. Ni hao.
Alrighty, boys. Good work. I suspect that'll be green arrows all round. So
should be, yeah.
Good week from us.
I might get up to 66,000 or something like that. So.
Just looking at the SC Blueprint League even earlier myself, I kind of noticed that everyone was pretty much somewhere between 1,200 and 1,300. I don't think it was an amazing week. And obviously the people in our podcast are the people that are around the space. And I think there'll be a fair few more casual players who will be looking around that 1,100 range. So, yeah, I think it should be green arrows for all of us. But, yeah, overall, just a bit of a weird week, really. People that I didn't think would score points seem to score points. So, yeah.
Yeah. Alrighty, let's rip into the games. Starting off, Raiders, Bulldogs. I'm going to start with what I think is the big talking about point of this team, which is Tamale. Now, Tamale looked extremely good. I was worried in preseason he could be this guy, and he's looking like this guy. 47 points in runs is absolutely unbelievable. 2 tries and a lot of tackle busts. Just did exactly what he always does. The Raiders did look clunky, but if that left side's where they're going to go with Sanders looking like he's having a lot of the touches of the ball over there, and Hudson Young, wow, he had a good game too, getting involved a lot. Tamale is an exciting player.
Yeah, I agree with that. We sort of saw it in the first half of last season, and then he obviously went down for a bit, and when he came back, he wasn't quite the same player that he was at the start. But yeah, look, he's an amazing talent. He's always been known for his tackle bust, and he's not afraid to run the ball. He's just someone that can rack up points, similar to Kiraz in some senses, without you even realizing it. Yeah, he's a strong option. I don't think I kind of have a way to bring him in, but if you're looking for a bit of a pod play, he's definitely up there,
Yeah,
I think.
for sure. Cool. Give us a go on Hudson Young, Elliot.
Oh, just an absolute genius of a second rower.
Yeah.
He just kind of accumulates points. 95, 1 assist, 34 tackles. Just looking solid. Got the line break, obviously.
Yep.
We all saw how he just follows through the play. I don't know if you guys were watching that Thursday night game when he put Tamale over for a second. Just follows up the play. He just doesn't let the play die. And I think in that same way, I guess Tedesco's a bit like that. In that same breadth, they just make these great players who are just there when the ball bounces to them or gets past to them. So
Yeah.
fantastic player. If you want to go for upside and spend up at 2RF, probably not the play, but you probably can't really knock it too much. Like, it's definitely a play, but probably not the strongest when you've got Noah Martin on the other edge scoring solidly without getting a try. Looking like scoring most weeks as well. Just hasn't quite got there. But
Yeah, still good from Noah Martin. And then the other second rower on the other team, well, let's talk about both actually. Vili Kikau, bit of a fall from grace, back down to 50, basically all in base, not much attack, not much power. But Jacob Preston, still with a solid showing, gets a try late on, and good enough base, a lot less runs this game from Preston. But yeah, I think Preston's still hot property heading into this week.
Yeah. No, you go.
I just think it's the nature of the difference between those two second rowers. Kikau, very power player. He can offload a bunch. Some weeks he'll have a million tackle busts, gets line break assists, whereas Preston's just more of that hard, hole running second row in some senses. I think he's going to score a lot more tries than Kikau might. He's just going to make tackles. He loves to filter into the middle on defense particularly. I think that's to his credit. 78 with a try, a little bit disappointing, but look, I wouldn't be too worried. He's definitely going to go up from there. It was a pretty wet, disgusting game, really. A lot of errors from both teams. And in those sort of matchups, I guess, you're not really expecting anyone to reinvent the wheel.
Yeah, we'd all be Preston over Kikau, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd agree.
High floor, high ceiling, probably.
Yeah, definitely high floor. High ceiling, I think that's a
It's
tough
probably
one to be fair,
contentious,
but
but
definitely high floor, 100%.
Yeah.
Only the main guy to talk about this game, Stephen Crichton. Now, we all know that I took a stab this game trading out Crichton. He did good. He was good. It wasn't disastrous for myself, but it was good. That assist was absolutely incredible. Honestly, I can't believe he didn't see more ball.
Yeah.
Like, if you've got a guy who can do that, get him in more position, get him more ball. He really didn't see a lot for the rest of the night, but a good 76 from Crichton.
Yeah, he's kind of just what I thought he'd be. He's probably just going to gain a couple of points on his average this year. He's not going to be anything too... We're not going to see a new side of Stephen Crichton, but he's got the goal kicking, loves a try and assist, and just obviously runs hard and makes tackles. So, yeah, pretty much just what his job basically is.
Yep. Anyone to quickly talking about from that game? Sorry, were you going to say something?
Oh, no, I was just going to make one comment on Stephen Crichton. It's pretty much a bit of a regurgitation, but yeah, they just don't really... The Dogs' attack has always just been so iffy. Like, they just look really directionless at times. And then, obviously, you've got Stephen Crichton who can do amazing things at amazing times in the game. But it's almost like Trell Mitt-esque in the sense that, like, he has these brilliant moments, but they just get him the ball.
Yeah.
And it's probably not... It's a different thing for Stephen Crichton because, obviously, the attitude is polar opposites. But I think it's the same... to a degree. But yeah, I think it's the same in the sense that, like, they just don't give him enough early ball.
Yeah.
And I think we were saying this about Katoni Staggs probably 2 seasons ago or so. They just don't get him enough ball. And it's like when you've got these fantastic center options who can just make something out of nothing. Surely you just got to start going to them.
Yeah, you would think so.
Anyway.
Cool. Dogs, Raiders, done. Panthers beat the Roosters 40 points to 4, an absolute crushing. Penrith only conceding 2 tries in 3 weeks. Little bit disgusting. I'm pretty sure they're just going to walk their way to the comp at the moment. Big story out of this game. He's not overly Supercoach relevant, and obviously he's now going to cost an arm and a leg, but we'll touch on Tom Jenkins anyway. I believe that's now 8 tries in the last 3 weeks.
Yeah.
4 tries. Looked absolutely unbelievable. Line breaks, runs, tackle bust, etc., etc. A good performance from Jenkins. Maybe someone who's more of an interesting conversation. Robert Toya. Now, we were talking about Robert pre-season when we were talking about the new changes, and he's got a good spot in the centres, and he delivered.
Yeah, honestly, it was kind of, if you take out his try, it was just an all-round good performance, regardless of the try. He would have ended on 72 without the try. 2 line breaks for him, obviously great, and took a lot of hit-ups. So 17 hit-ups, which is quite impressive for a centre. In a game where the Sydney Roosters got absolutely pizzled, he was definitely the standout for me. And yeah, look, he's found himself a nice little spot on the short side with DCE. Like, that's always been a favourite play of his. You think back to Ruben Garrick, obviously, of years past. I got rid of him before round 1, and then he got injured, so I was pretty happy. But now I'm actually a bit sad because he actually looked really good.
Well, because he missed the first week, you can actually bring him in at 572 this week. So I think that's actually something that's generally on the cards with people looking probably to move a cheapy centre wing this week. Elliot, pick a player. Who do you want to talk about? Maybe him or him or him?
Well, I think Nathan Cleary. Bit of the elephant in the room.
Great shout as well.
Panthers score 40 points and he gets 69 for captainers. So very popular captain option this week. Everyone just wanted to, in the week, we're quite big on Cleary and saying he was must have and genuine captaincy option, and a certain other podcasts were saying, how did you not start with him? But I think,
he kind of stunk.
He just stunk a bit, and that's just what he's going to be. Ben actually made a good point, and you can even bring it up if you want, but I think he mentioned that he's almost the alternate matchup when he plays a good team. Other players like Blaze, Jenkins, individual brilliance, Dylan Edwards just shine, and Nathan Cleary has a weight lifted off his shoulders. But you kind of brought up the point that he actually just shines in big games, rises to the occasion, except when he wears a blue jersey.
Nice,
which I'm happy about. But a bit not really worrying at all. But I do not think he's a must-have at all. Sam Walker obviously not firing. JC looked great today. Nico. Yeah, so not a whole lot more to talk about there. Nothing worrying for owners, not a must-have buy. Maybe in the next coming weeks he might turn into something like that. But Sam Walker, obviously good draw. Obviously other options, yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I had another elephant in the room, maybe more of an elephant in the room, which was Casey McLean.
Yeah.
I was really disappointed with him, to be honest. I think in a game where his winger scored 4 tries, only getting 1 assist, if I'm right on that. I was a little bit gutted to see that. He's never been the strongest base power sort of person. So if he's not getting the assists or tries, then it's a little bit disappointing. But I'm not getting rid of him yet. I think I'll still give him a bit of time to prove his worth. But he gets an easier draw coming up, and that's when that left side will really go to work. But a little bit disappointing.
Only 12 runs from McLean is not going to be good enough for him to be a hold, in my opinion. Quick, guys, talk about, we've already kind of touched on Sam Walker, a very poor game from him, but if you're selling Sam Walker before the Manly game, you are off your head. So if you've got him now, you're holding him for this game, and then if he still performs bad, maybe you look at him over the bye period.
Yeah.
But absolutely not a sell. Other guys, Reece Robson came back and looked pretty good. I'm not sure what kind of minutes he played.
Yeah, I don't know.
But 65 seems rock solid. I know we're all looking for hooker options at the moment with a man who we'll get to later stinking the place out. So he's looking pretty solid. And then a couple other guys, Angus Crichton. People are still panicking over Crichton. Like 58 and he's a 610,000 player.
Yeah, in a blowout where there was 0 attack as
What are
well.
we panicking about?
Draw's going to fine up. Sam Walker's going to put him through holes. We saw what he did in the trial. Like, what are we talking about?
I think it's all good. And then a couple other guys. One of the most popular trade outs this week. Actually did really well. But I don't think any of us regret training him out.
No,
I
not at
still
all.
have him.
You still have him, but
I don't think it was the wrong play to trade him out. He got a late try assist, which absolutely elevated his score. Other than that, it would have been 60. So it's not like
I mentioned to our group chat, he came off at like the 65th minute, something like that anyway. And I was like, blowout, they've taken him off early. They're resting him.
that's right.
They're going to put Freddie Lussick on or something like that. And then he just came back out there, obviously got the assist, and I was like, okay.
Ouch.
Sick.
All right, next game. Broncos shock the Storm, winning 18-14 in Melbourne. But the real talking point is Mr. Joe Chan. I'll let one of you two go because you own him.
I've had him since the start. It was always a toss-up when Lasardi was coming, when I was potentially trading Lasardi in. I was going to play them both this week if Lasardi was there, but just about who was the better second rower for the Storm, who was the long-term hold. They're different players. Lasardi just accumulates millions of base, similar to someone like Noah Martin. But I tell you what, Joe Chan can score a try, and both his try and his assist was just off individual brilliance, pretty much. It's not like either of them were an easy try to score. He runs really good lines. He takes the line on well. He bumps off tackles a lot. Like, he's a strong option. If you didn't buy him, you're probably a little bit upset because Melbourne, like, their draw's not easy, but they've got some nice matchups. Next week, obviously, North Queensland. Then they go to the Panthers, where you'd probably just sit him for the week. But I think that's the beauty of him being so cheap is you're getting a great second-row option that cheap. Standout performance for the Storm. Probably from the game from him, to be honest. I think even though Ricky scored 2 tries, Joe Chan looked the goods.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm a non-owner, which is very sad because when Lasardi went out, he was one of the guys I was thinking about. It feels too late now. He's going to go up 120K this week. Like, am I going to pay 430K for Joe Chan when there's like other guys? Like, I'm not. He's going to gain cash, absolutely, but we've all talked about this. Not short on cash. So I think you just move on there. Someone else, though, speaking of gaining cash, Sewer, another pretty solid game.
Yeah. Obviously got the try. Followed up Joe Chan, obviously pivoted nicely to my 2 trade-ins. 3 if you count Reese, but yeah, with that because he assisted to Sewer. But just that he just looks great. Obviously he had that drop at the end there with that ball. Like that's just luck. Like he's trying to win the game. But yeah, I think looks solid. I was originally thinking that it might be a shorter play option, but coming out against a strong Broncos showing and then still scoring 79, obviously finding the line, he's just gonna pop up everywhere. He might just burn my opinion in the preseason that he wasn't the best player. And I think you made a comment in one of our reels earlier this week that Sewer wasn't the best fullback, to quote you exactly. Someone in the comments was not happy.
Yeah.
But I don't know. He was untested at that point. I don't think the comment was outrageous at all. And I guess we're only going to keep seeing how he goes against tougher matchups. But
he's looking good.
Cowboys next week, going to be a huge opportunity, captain.
Yeah, that's a captain option, 100%.
Yeah.
Stefano. I'm just looking at this, by the way. I didn't even realise. Stefano took 10 runs and every single one of them was over 8 metres.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know the last time I've seen 100% of the runs be over 8. That's for like a significant amount of runs. Wow. That's good stuff.
That's a very stuck-up man.
He looked like a strong try-scoring threat against a big pack. Like Paynos and Pat Carrigan, obviously.
Yeah, he's been looking good.
He is really
Stefano
strong.
must have done something in the off-season.
Yeah.
He's looking unbelievable. Still 61 minutes. So we were wondering with Trent Liero bouncing around how that would look. Still played 60 minutes.
Yeah.
So wheels up on Stefano. If you want him, great time to buy him, and he's going to keep going up. So it's kind of got to happen now. Reese, solid enough, I guess.
Yeah.
He didn't get a try. He got a...
No, he picked up an assist and a 40-20.
Yep, and his goals and stuff like that. I think Reese is completely fine. I think he'll now lose a little bit of cash.
50K, I think it is.
Yeah, so... But I think this will be one of the cheapest he is for the whole season.
Yeah.
So I think if you want to pounce on Reese, now's the time. Who else is significant in this game? Shout out Jordan Ricky getting 2 tries.
Yeah.
Just completely out the blue.
Stags, I guess, with another strong showing.
Yeah. Oh, maybe someone more relevant. Harry Grant.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Gained the goal kicking and got 47.
Yeah, that was diabolical. I don't know where he lost out on points.
He got 42 tackles. He missed 6. See, I think it was just like little things like he didn't get a single line break, didn't get any line break assists, 6 runs and carries. Yeah, just a little bit of a slower night from Harold, but honestly, I'm not concerned.
I just don't think there was that space in the middle there has been in previous matchups.
Yeah.
So it was splitting from dummy half, and then you just have to pass it off because the option wasn't really there to run. But yeah, as the opponents get easier, he's just going to get better and better.
You know where there's going to be space in the middle next week? against the Cowboys.
Oh, yeah.
Captain option, legitimately. Cool. Knights smashed the Warriors in the end, 38-12. Did you guys see much in
The
this?
Warriors
Yeah, I
smashed the
watched
Knights.
all
you
of
mean?
it.
Oh,
this game.
sorry, yeah. Knights are smashed by the Warriors, 38-12. Lovely. See the last try of this game?
Yeah.
My days, that is so embarrassing for Newcastle. If I'm the coach, I'm blowing up at that. Like, you go for it, sure, but if you're going to go for it, make sure you tackle the blokes and not let them just score into the post at the end. That's ridiculous. Story of the game, Tanner Boyd. I think it's pretty safe to say we were all anti-Tanner Boyd. Stick the hand up, we were wrong. 116. Nah, come on, lad. You said Cooper Cronk reincarnate, but you said that you thought
Said
it
it
was
on multiple podcasts.
you said it was a silly idea to trade him in.
Yeah, for 2 weeks. As
Well-
a 2-week option. That's the exact words I said.
So you'd trade him in as
Yours,
a
clip it up.
You trade him in as a long-term option.
Could have done, yeah. If you're going to get him.
Interesting. Okay, that's maybe a fair distinction. Yeah, a try, another try,
Yeah,
2 assists, goals. He was extremely good. It looks like now he might just keep that jersey even when Metcalf's back.
Yeah, he just plays that field general role, and he played it really well on the weekend. I must admit, I was thoroughly impressed. He just seemed to be popping up everywhere on the field. But yeah, another talking point, I guess, Jackson Forward.
Yeah.
2 line breaks for a middle is unheard of, and another try. So just a freak of nature. He just seems to be in the right place at the right time, and I thought Mitch Barnett, obviously back this week, the minutes might drop. They really didn't. He still played a lot of minutes and was impressive throughout. 44 tackles. He's just a workhorse, similar to a Couchman. And 21 runs. I could not believe it when I saw that. 21 runs.
23?
Oh, 23 even. Sorry. My bad.
81 points in base. That's outrageous.
Well, what do you think the starting forward pack is going to look like? Because obviously you have
It's
Barnett,
tough.
Fish there. If Jackson Ford comes off the bench, he's going to lose. The
No.
minutes.
Yeah.
It's
I think if you started with him, fair play. But I don't think you trade him in now. Not only is he going to go up an arm and a leg this week with 3 big scores, but he's also probably going to lose a bit of role in the coming weeks.
such a shame for the Wise. He's been so good, and he's
been
going to
really
have
good.
to bench. But yeah, you're completely right. He kind of has to. Other noteworthy things in this game, there's really not many actually.
I guess Leka Halasima, a lot of people traded him
yeah.
in 64.
In the centres.
With a try, in the centres. It was, I don't know. It's really unfortunate if you traded him and he got shifted late to the centres, but look, he still did fine for me.
Yeah.
He didn't look quite as good at centre. It's not quite, he doesn't look as home there.
No.
But he is more than happy to do a job when required.
Also, the context is Adam Pompey stayed in New Zealand to deliver or to be there for the delivery of his child. So it's not like Leka's going
Not
to play
long-term.
centres. He's going to play second row for 3 more weeks, and then
We'll see.
Definitely not an option because you got Nia Corey in the kind of waiting around there. You had that bloke who debuted and then came off with a
Morgan Gannon.
Yeah, Morgan Gannon. You've got obviously Laban there, Capewell coming back. Just they've got forwards everywhere. They've got Vaimunga. We've just talked about Ford having to squeeze onto the bench. Like it's just
A lot of bodies.
I would be avoiding it. as soon as I saw Leka get an 80-minute role, you just the blood goes to the head and you're like, this is what we've been waiting for. But then you just assess it, and it's just not worth having any of the Warriors forwards, in my opinion. I mean, obviously Fisher Harris looked pretty strong. Aaron Clark probably not the player he was last year.
Still got to try.
Still got to try, yeah. Actually, all the Warriors starting front row. So that's 8, 10, 13, all got to try.
Oh yeah,
So,
that's what a magical time.
I mean, probably speaks more volumes to Newcastle's defense, but
Yeah, Newcastle threw the towel in.
Yeah.
They're going to be bad for the next few weeks until their good players are back.
yeah. Anyway, personally, I think stay away from Wise forwards.
Yep.
That's just my opinion.
Bang on, in my opinion. All right, Dolphins obliterate the Sharks in the ocean mammal. Dolphins and Sharks both mammals.
Yeah.
The ocean
Protect.
mammal derby. No, the ocean mammal
Oh,
derby
yeah.
at Ocean Protect.
Okay.
Yeah. Big talking points of this game. Obviously, Herbie Farnworth, as I touched on before, somehow only got 6 points in the entire second half.
Like what?
I honestly
How?
don't understand how it happened.
How do you not make 7
It
tackles?
was so sad. Yeah,
Break Bailey finally happened. I knew it was coming.
yeah, that did happen.
90 points, 55 tackles. He made had a line break assist for the try, obviously, but 12 points in offloads. Wasn't afraid to run the ball, and I think as the packs get weaker in matchups, he's just going to get better and better.
Yeah.
Look, I'm a little bit sad. I probably won't do it now, but
Why not?
I think there's better places to use my money at the moment. But Reed does need to go, and it's who he's going to go to.
Yeah, fair enough. Hines and Trindle were solid. We already talked about Hines briefly. He got like a 81. Trindle again got a 64. So if you're one of those people who traded him in after that round one, you're somewhat happy with that. He'll make some cash for you. There's really not a lot going on this game. We've talked about Finefuyaki. He did pretty well. If you're someone who brought him in, you're doing good there. The hammer continues to be pretty solid.
He's good in every game, I think.
Yeah. So he's gone 66, 83, and he just got a 71. I think it's pretty good. I think if you want a little bit of a pod guy, you could go for the hammer. I really don't see much else to talk about this game, boys. Anyone got anything relevant to talk about?
I mean,
really not a lot doing it.
the right edge looked particularly good compared to
The Dolphins right edge?
Yes, Dolphins right edge looked way better this week, and it seems like the attack's a little more 50-50 this year. Last year they leaned heavily on that left edge, but
Well, I didn't even know if 50-50 is fair enough to say. Like, obviously, Finefuyaki scored in the other two games, but Cobbo and Herbie combined scored their first try on the weekend in Cobbo. So, no, Herbie scored, but that was a road.
You're right, though.
That
They've
was
been
a
going
road
right.
goal.
yeah.
In terms of set play, yeah.
I think Asako scored like 2 or 3. Averillo's got 2 or 3. So, yeah, they're going right. I think what it is as well, I think last season Katoa did a lot more floating left to right. It seems like this year he's more just on the right.
Yeah.
And letting Nick Kareem do his thing on the left. So they're just getting less ball.
I think Morgan Knowles is a decent ball playing lock, and Plath obviously filtering in the middle as well. I think they've got some people to move them around now. They didn't have that last year as such.
Cool. Get rid of that game. Rabbitohs beat the Tigers 20-16 in a really weird game in Gosford. It looked like no one wanted to win. The Tigers had so much ball in the red zone. It was infuriating as someone who does not like the Rabbitohs. But yeah, Bunnies got over the line. Jai Gray, star of the show, again, a try and assist, tackle bus, many try savers and lots of runs to get his way to 101. I think he's another fullback who you kind of can't ignore. He's not even going to go up that much this week. I think it'll be under 600K. I think if you want someone a little bit roguer, he's very fair shout.
And he missed like 10 minutes of the game with a HIA assessment, didn't he?
Yeah, good
Like,
point, actually.
101 still is pretty good.
Yeah, good from him. Samuela Finau. Now, we talked about Samuela last week. Another try, pretty good base, tackle bus, etc. Now, the issue with Samuela and Kai Pearce-Paul, it looks like Luai and Dewey are going to have somewhat long-term issues now with their knee and hamstring, respectively. So I personally am a little bit wary on those Tigers second rows now. I think they were getting good ball while they were those guys there. But if it's, I don't know, who even would play? Latu Finau and Coruscant in the halves?
Yeah.
Not making Little Roo move as much.
I don't know if Latu is
Injured?
Yeah, I don't think he's
I haven't seen him anywhere, eh?
I saw a post of a certain Tigers fan playing with halves that could be playing next week. Like, generally just potential, but like, he didn't come up in it. So it's like they must know something.
Literally look like Appy Coruscant, 2 homeless men at hooker and half.
Bad.
Yeah,
It was bad.
They're in a bit of strife there, I think. Probably enough for me to avoid most of the Tigers.
Such a shame. Samuela was looking so good. Someone else, though, a bit more on a positive note, Hamasi Makasini gets his first try for the Tigers. It was a bit of a concern for a while. I'm pretty sure he was on like -1 at the 20-minute mark. So he somehow found his way to a 65. Just kind of did the same he did in the first game. Got some good base, got some decent tackle numbers and offloads. I think Hamasi's going to gain some pretty good cash.
Yeah, I agree. And getting the 65 in round 3 when the price rises really kick in, that's going to be a benefit as well, because that'll now stay in his average for 3 weeks. And if the Tigers have a little bit of a rough run the next 3 weeks and they have to put a lot of base work in, he's going to be there and about that. And if he picks up 1 or 2 more tries, he's probably going to be pushing maybe low 4s to 500K by the end of a little stint. Pretty impressed with that.
Well, also with their bye, this will only be in his average for 2 weeks because they only go up next week, the Tigers guys.
Yes. Sorry.
It's still good,
Wait.
though. Yes. This will only be in his average for 2
Sorry,
weeks.
apologies.
No, all good, mate. All good. Just keeping you honest.
No, you're right. Forget about that.
Another good showing from Fafita. I mean, hand up. Was completely wrong about him preseason. He's just been like pretty good. Hasn't done anything incredible at all. Has just like taken pretty good hit ups and made his tackles.
Yeah.
And he's getting 60 to 70 each week. So he's a hold. You don't have to worry about him. The Bunnies middles. I said this in our chat the other day because Keon and Murray, after the first game, getting a lot of hype. They look like they're just going to get 60 to 70 and that's about it. So I don't think you have to panic on either one of them, which is good news. because there's a lot of other guys to go for at the moment. Anyone else to touch on in this game, fellas?
That just about wraps it up
That's
for me,
us.
honestly. Yeah,
Terrell May gets 69, whatever.
Yep.
Beautiful. Parramatta beat the Dragons 30-20. Jaden Sewer.
Yeah. I was honestly already considering him, but now I think I'm probably going to get him. There's not many better secondary try scorers out there than Jaden Sewer, and I don't know how, but all of a sudden this year, his base and power has just gone completely up. It's skyrocketed. They're not wasting interchanges on secondaries very often, and even when it is, it's Luch on the other edge. So he's going to be in for that 80-minute role.
Definitely.
He's been making so many tackles and just taking hit-ups. Today, a little bit down, actually. I think 36 tackles for him, but 2 line breaks, 12 points in offloads, 4 points in tackle breaks, and 15 runs from a second rower is pretty strong.
Actually outrageous.
Look, he's a great try-scoring threat, and his link up with Atkinson looked really strong today, actually. I was quite impressed. So, someone I'm definitely considering bringing in. He's going to go up about 50K, I think I worked it out to be, or maybe a touch less. He might be around that 650, same price as Preston. But the Dragons have a really nice run for the next couple of weeks, and I think he's a good option.
Yep. Speaking of Atkinson, I flashback to weeks 1 when Sanders got 90 or whatever, and Atkinson got 20 whatever, and we were almost going to sell him to Atkinson to Sanders.
Yeah,
Atkinson holding his own, looking pretty good.
Yeah, turning into a stronger sort of half ball player. Obviously, there I thought he would be an even stronger ball runner. Obviously, didn't have the kicking, but I just thought he would be good. He's a natural fullback, I believe.
Really?
Apparently,
Yeah.
Wow.
I think so. Or that's maybe
Looked
the
like
position. Yeah, I don't know.
I reckon you're right. I'll back it.
I heard it on a podcast in the preseason. Memory's a bit foggy since then, but I'm pretty sure they said it. I'm 70% sure. Nah. Just looking good. Obviously had that cutout ball last week, and then just looked solid on that edge.
Beautiful short ball to Sewer this week.
Yeah.
Val Holmes, another pretty good game from Val. No tries, no assists, just kicked his goals. Much better based. That was the big concern out of Vegas I had with Val, was he took about 2 runs the entire game. He didn't take 2. It was more than that. But you get what I'm saying. It was shocking. Much better today. He's still got a line break. He's offloading, tackle busting, and better goal kicking, which was all good to see from Val. Let's talk Couchmans. Now, we've already talked about my boy Toby, who devastatingly went off after 30 minutes, which almost brought a tear to the rugby league eye, or at least my rugby league eye. Ryan Couchman still managed to get sin-binned. He would have played, does anyone know how many minutes he would have played in the end? In the 50s?
55-ish.
Yeah, pretty similar to what he always played. And he still got 60. So, we were, or at least, I don't want to speak for everyone. I was very skeptical on Couchman, and it looks like he's the goods. His power is good. His running is incredible, and he just works super hard in the middle. He didn't move to the edge today, is that correct?
No, yeah. So I thought he might be a good option, but for a different reason, which I was actually proved wrong with. I thought he might move to the edge, but it looked like, to me, Hamish Stewart was playing on the edge at one point. For reasons I don't really understand, yes. But just defensively, when they were setting up off, any sort of penalty or ruck, anything not ruck, but tap, 20-meter tap, Hamish Stewart was that 4th man in on the left side, and then Ryan Couchman obviously playing on the right side of the middle. So I don't think there was any uncertainty around who was on the edge. It looked like Hamish Stewart was, to be honest, both Couchman and Stewart looked really strong off the bench. A bunch of offloads, ran hard. In fact, all the Dragons middles today ran hard. They had the complete flow of the game over the Eels. They were dominating through the middle, and then sin-bin happens, you lose a few points, and then a bit hard to come back from there. But yeah.
Just one more to touch on, Elliot. Jonah Pezzett looks okay for the second week in a row.
Yeah. How much attacking stats did he get there?
So he got the try, and so he got a try and an assist.
I try and assist.
And no line breaks, no line break assist though.
Oh yeah, that's actually not too bad.
You're right though. There's no base here. You got 9 points net in tackles and 6 points in runs. Yeah. So he needs the attack.
Yeah.
But he'll still gain a little bit of cash, right?
Yeah, definitely. And solid hold. Who's he got next week? Who do the Eels have? Because obviously all Cody Walker owners will have to play Pezzett. That's about 40% of people, I think.
The Parramatta Eels play the Penrith Panthers.
All right. Well,
He can still get attacked. Penrith have leaked 2 tries. Maybe they'll double that, leak another 2.
The other option as well is you just use Cody Walker as a loop option.
Yeah.
So I think that's probably more what you do instead of starting Pezzett.
Yeah.
You just use Cody Walker to loop, and then if Pezzett's the lowest score of your team, he's going to come in. If not, then
Yeah.
I will say Pezzett got found out defensively a lot today. He looks like he needs to work on his defense. There's not a lot of connection between him and his inside man, which I believe is Kitson Katonga from memory.
Yep.
But yes, got found out defensively, and it was no myth. The commentators touched on it pretty much the whole time. So yeah.
Yep. Alrighty. Final game of the round. Cowboys beat the Titans 30-16. Jackson Purdue. Benjamin.
The week saver, lads. That's what I'm going to call him. The week
saver.
I was in genuine shambles before this game. I was like, all right, I really need someone to stand up here. To be honest, I thought Chester was going to be the standout. I thought he was going to have a blinder. That Titans left edge defensively looks a little bit all over the shop, but really, it's kind of bad to say because I own the bloke, but a lot of Jackson Purdue's success came down to Faimani not having any idea what planet he was on defensively. He got kicked over about 4 times. You're watching, I believe, is it Matt Feguy?
Matt Feguy.
Yeah.
Oh, now you've got me Hazid. You keep talking.
Yeah. So he's jamming up on
Max.
Awesome. He's jamming up on Drinkwater or whoever the overlap man is, and Faimani's sitting there in no man's land, like with his hands in his pocket. So, yeah, look, it is the Titans, but I was quite impressed. Obviously, a try and 2 assists. He took a lot more runs this week than he has been, which I loved. He took, I believe, 17 runs, and Chester also took a lot. So a lot of work out of their centres today. In games where base stat's going to be the winner, he's not going to be the worst option if he keeps doing that.
Yep. Do you want to talk about your boy Jaden Campbell? I know this one hurt you.
Oh, that's just life. But I literally had him in my team builder like the whole of the preseason. Obviously got the 2 tries, so that's just kind of the player he's going to be. He's going to create that attack. Yeah, really wish I could have had him for the start of the season, but now I have bummy Sam Walker, so it's right. But
you got time to bring him in.
Definitely didn't look like the hamstring was troubling him at all. So who knows? Definitely one to watch for the next coming weeks. Definitely. But yeah, definitely a strong option if you did want to go up from a Sam Walker. Sam Walker has a great draw, so you probably wouldn't. Yep. But never know. Could bring him in at flex. Bit of a potty option.
I was a little bit interested by Jaden Campbell today. First thing was came back with a hamstring injury and went straight back to goal kicking, which I kind of didn't expect. I thought they might not put him on goal kicking, but
I don't know who was going to kick though.
Yeah, that's the issue. I think that's the reason they did it. They literally have no one.
Fermor, that'd be good.
Yeah, was hoping.
The other thing for me was just his game fitness was obviously a little bit low after missing some weeks. He made a full field break off an intercept for his second try and then had to take a second on the ground to get his breath back. Had Big Heel and Lukey almost track him down. So maybe lacking a little bit of game fitness, but that'll just come week in, week out. The hamstring didn't look like it bothered him at all. So yeah.
Well, if that's him at low fitness, probably giddy up is what I say.
Yeah.
His first try was spectacular. He just literally went through with spider webs all over him.
How good.
He's a beast.
Keanu Kinney. It's been a slow start to the year for Keanu. I don't think he's got many attacking stats, if I'm correct in saying.
I think it's
today.
two. I think it's 2.
Cool. Okay. But today it's none, and he's still got 69.
Yeah.
16 points in tackle busts, 12 points in offloads, a line break assist, and 29 points in runs. A lot of these runs actually are less than 8 meters. Wow, so he could have got way more. But good from Keanu. He's going to take a little price increase this week. But I think, you're right. As Jaden Campbell settles into this side, he's going to look incredible. I think Kinney's going to be good for a long time. I'm not even thinking about selling him. Who are any other quick guys to talk about? Arama Howe and Lukey just do their thing, getting solid base numbers.
Yeah.
Arama Howe looks like scoring a try every week, and he still hasn't. But watch that week where he does. He works into the middle on tackles. I'm a little bit concerned that Patson might eventually get in over him, purely because defensively he's a little bit of a bigger body and gets.
I think he's improved.
Taken on a bit by halves or fullbacks, but yeah, I think he definitely has.
The first game against, who did they verse in the first week? Oh, the Sharks. Oh, it was disgraceful.
He got exposed. Trindle went through like 4 or 5 times.
Yeah. He's been better than that. Also, shed a tear. Previous Scott Drinkwater owners who got 100 in the week. He would have been sold by basically everyone. Yeah. You made the right decision in selling him, like you did. No, you did. You did. You had to. A non-goal kicking Drinkwater, you had to sell him, especially when, like, Sewer. Like, picture the world where you've got Drinkwater, you don't have Sewer. You're going to hold Drinkwater. What are you doing? You had to sell him, but, geez, that one stings. That one stinks.
Oh, well, I guess in my instance, I could have gone tailor-made to him and held Drinkwater, but...
Could have.
You couldn't have got Reece then as well, so I guess it's just...
I think you definitely made the right decision.
Yeah.
But it does hurt, though. It does hurt.
Life, he just looked way freer than he did the week before. And that's just life.
It's a good point, actually. So what... I actually didn't watch this game. What did you guys think of Drinkwater in terms of that rib issue? Not
the first 20 minutes, he looked unbelievable. He's just like running sideways and no one could touch him. And then he slowed down a bit towards the end of the game. So I reckon, because I think he was on like high 70s at halftime. Like he could have easily exploded, a bit similar to Herbie Farnworth. He didn't look like he was bothered by the rib injury, but in saying that, the Titans didn't really test out any high balls to him on the line or anywhere near it. Often it was uncontested catches. So
cool. That's all the games for the weekend, though, boys. Good little review of all those ones. We're going to quickly run through our awards for the week.
Well, if I may, lads, I might just jump in before we do that and just touch on to our viewers what we're all discovering. And we've said it before, but I think it became even more prevalent this week. This is the role of 2RF this year.
Yep.
I think you can comfortably every week use 2 reserves at 2RF and not be worried. And Ryan Couchman proved that to me today. Even someone who I bought in and was somewhat skeptical on, but thought he'd be all right. 60 points is just impressive. But Noah Martin, you can play every week. Ramahau, you can play every week. And obviously Ramahau, dual position. So I have Couchman, Chan, Martin, and a Ramahau. Between those 4, I should be able to find 2 reserves every week and not be worried that they're going to get any less than 60.
Yep.
Just to build on that comment, I know I captained Beau Fermor for a astonishing 60-something last week. But I think second rowers are going to prove to be solid vice-captain options. I think in terms of if you want to pod play at vice-captain, I think in terms of nabbing like a Sewer for Longo 3 hat-trick or like double and get him past 100, I think it's more likely that one of these prevalent try-scoring second rowers will get 1 and an assist or 2 tries or like a couple of attacking stats. Then you're looking at a Joe Chan 123 VC option. Bang, you don't even have to roll the dice on a captain there. And then if you're gonna also look at that and then double positive it with like a Pezzett edge defensively or a Broncos left edge with Ezra Mam or just some of those weaker edges where you see Tuolangi scoring 2 tries there. Obviously, Joe Chan having a field day out on Ezra on the weekend. Obviously, Jaden Sewer having a field day on Pezzett. If you couple them up and just hit him with a VC, that's going to be very strong sort of pot option you can play there.
Great shout, lads. The year of the 2RF. Just quickly as well, before we jump into the awards, we did not mention how our consensus team did for the second week in a row at the start, so that's good from us. 1236, so rock solid. We captained Haas, who was okay. Anything else noteworthy in the team? We got Purdue, which was sick. Just a rock solid week. Sam Walker drops out again. Good stuff, Sammy Walker. Yeah. But again, we're in the same boat. We're just going to hold him. So, rock solid from the consensus team. Now on to the awards.
Awesome. Sorry, you'll have to bear with me for a second.
That's all good, mate. So how we're just going to do, we've already basically talked about most of these players, so we'll drop a quick sentence on them.
Absolutely. Apologies again.
Okay, mate.
So, first award this week, I'm going to throw to you guys to read the awards as usual. Best on ground for the highest scoring player of the week. Daniel.
Tom Jenkins, 134, 4 tries. It's too late to bring him in, but if you have him, you're a god.
Yeah.
Actually, ownership percentage? 2,203 teams own Jenkins. Wow, those are some smart blokes.
Wow, yeah. You got rewarded the last 3 weeks.
Yep.
I don't think there's too much to touch on there.
Yep.
The Money Well Spent award for the best popular buy of the week.
Tanner Boyd.
We were somewhat unfamiliar with his game, as I keep saying every week. He keeps proving me wrong, and you know what? Fair play to people that bought him in.
Almost 10,000 people.
Yeah, strong 100, and to be honest, I should have seen how bad the Knights were going to be. It seems to happen every year, but yeah, I Still have my skepticisms, I will say, but he played well.
Well, I don't know because the Knights have been relatively defensively fine,
They're pretty good.
even when they have been bad last year, and then obviously, yeah, kind of into this year, and when they've had injuries, you wouldn't think that would like mess up their defense too much.
I never dreamed that the Warriors were going to like kill the Knights.
I didn't think so.
I didn't think it was happening. Maybe I'm in the minority there, but I didn't think they were going to get smashed like that.
Yeah, I think I tipped Knights 1-12. I thought they might get it done at home, but that aged well.
Yep.
The Fool's Gold Award for the worst popular buy of the week.
Yeah, it feels kind of crazy because he's still a good trade because he's going to make money. But Tom Chester getting a 25, getting sin binned. I think I listed him in my Siphy Start Bible as a 4 out of 5 this week. I thought he was going to explode in this game against a poor Titans, and he just didn't. So he'll still make you money, but it was not a great trade in the end.
Yeah, especially if he gets, I think, 2 weeks, he'll probably get for that swinging arm at least with an early guilty plea. So, yeah, probably came to bite you in the ass a little bit, unfortunately. But that's all right. The We Trusted You Award for the biggest captaincy underperformance of the week. Elliot, sir.
Yeah, so Harry Grant. I think Dan pulled it up pre-show, but I think he was captained by 5% of people maybe, and then when you couple that with a VC, that's 10%.
Yeah.
I know I looked at it earlier in the week as a potential captaincy option. Then I'm kind of looking like at the amount of attacking stats he gets to get those hundreds, and it's not really as feasible. If you're going to go potty, like we said, maybe punch it on a second row or something like that. But yeah, anyway, Harry Grant plotted around, but not really the game for Grant. His running game just didn't really open up there. Brisbane kind of shut that down pretty well. Obviously only got the 47, so yeah.
They found success wider of the ruck as well, as I thought they would. They'd just try and blitz the Broncos on the edges, which they did a lot. So yeah. Fair play. The Hall of Shame Award for the most disappointing player of the week.
Oh, boy. Jacob Kiraz. After killing in Vegas, my mate here almost brought him in off the back of 1 week, which is almost unheard of. 28 was it in the end?
Yeah.
Shameful from Kiraz. He should get more than that in the first half of runs alone. I don't understand what was going on in that game. I might have heard someone say he was carrying a nickel or something along those lines.
So I'm looking with the shoulder. I think it was strapped up
That's
at training in Vegas. Obviously went under the radar because of his high performance. But then I think he might have had a little re-aggravation in the tackle. I saw on a little clip posted in the NRL physio thread. So
Yeah.
Bit disappointing, to be honest, but it'll make him affordable for us, which is lovely.
Oh, hey, I'm keen, mate.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy when I can trade my Faimani to
Down
Jacob
to
Kiraz.
Kiraz.
The Budget Bandit Award for the best or the highest scoring player of the week under 350k. Danielson.
Oh, is it me?
It is.
I thought I just said Kiraz.
No, yeah, it
no,
is
my
actually. Best cheapie, Joe Chan. So obviously the 128. I think I can't remember the exact statistics, but do you know how many people traded him in this week?
I can find it for you, mate.
Let's find that. But anyway, I think of that, 8% of players actually played him, which is confusing to me because if you're buying Joe Chan, the Storm right edge, like surely you're playing him as one of your reserves.
5,000 people brought him in this week. It's currently owned by 37,000.
There you go. And then
35% played him.
I'm a little bit disappointed because I've had him since the start of the season. I was going to play him this week regardless. I think before the Lasati injury, that would have been less than 1,000.
Yeah, people have got lucky there.
I think people got rewarded. I was a little bit disappointed, but you know what? I still got the score, so it happens. And then the final award, the Out of Nowhere Award for the best breakout player of the week.
Jordan Ricky. I will never, ever, 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 ever own him. Never thought about owning him. But 100 and whatever he got, 128?
3, I think.
123, sorry, with 2 tries is pretty outrageous. It's still unsettling seeing him in a headgear. He's way too good looking for that. Just let your locks flow, lad. But yeah, I mean, to the 2,670 people who own Jordan Ricky, that's fair play.
Yeah. Speaks volumes that maybe there's a little defensive issue on that Storm left edge, it would be, because Stags...
makeshift back rower. I don't even know who played in the back row now.
It was
it was Alec McDonald.
Yeah.
But then he got subbed. He got moved to the middle and someone else came on at second row.
I can't think of it now, but...
I forget. It's one
Did they put that George Clark or Cooper Clark, whatever his name
I
is?
think
they
it
put
was
him there.
Cooper Clark.
They stuck him there.
Yeah, that's not ideal.
And that's kind of when the floodgates opened, unfortunately. But yeah.
Sean Blore will be back in soon.
Hopefully. But yeah.
Lovely. That's us, gentlemen, I think.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us. I hope we didn't bore you too much with our stats and our takes, but there's definitely a lot to consider before your trades this week. So I hope we help you out by highlighting some performances. And yeah, obviously, as we touched on last Thursday's podcast, we are going to aim to do some team assistance for maybe we're looking between 2 and 3 of our viewers. So if you want us to take a look at your team and suggest any trades, anything like that, jump over to our Instagram, private messages. Even if we already have 2 or 3 that we're going to put on the podcast and you're maybe number 4 or 5, like I'm more than happy to sit there and give you some suggestions myself as well on top of it. We just may not mention it on the podcast, but just send us a little Instagram DM. We'll be checking them before Thursday, and obviously we're going to put a story up on Insta about it as well. So yeah.
Lovely. Thanks, guys. May your arrows be green, and we'll see you on Thursday.
Indeed.
Lovely. Cheers, guys.
Bye.
Yeah.